What's up, guys? Welcome back to Shay's World. I am your girl, Shay, and I am back with another College Hill Celebrity Edition episode. This is season 3, episode 5. I know. Episode 6 just came out today. You guys will get that tomorrow. The girl is tired. But pushing through, and I'm gonna just jump straight on into it. Not gonna hold y'all here very long. This was a good episode, but it wasn't just a whole lot. Let me say that. So the episode opens up with the professor coming to the class. Uh their what is it? Their African studies professor. Yeah, she's their African studies professor. She comes to the class comes to the house to meet them. It is the day of Mardi Gras, and they're supposed to go to the parade, take their pictures, interact with the locals, get their stories for their, I think it's their mid final, either their final or their mid term project. So she comes to the house because she wants to meet Sauccy. He has not been to her class since they've started, and she's coming to see what's up. Needless to say, Saucy is in the bed. And it's like, come on. Like, the lady came to the house to meet you. We have to go to the parade. Get your butt up. Everybody else is dressed. I mean, almost pretty much fully dressed. And he's in the bed. He ain't trying to get up. He ain't trying to go. So everybody else comes downstairs, and the professor's just, briefing them on what to expect when they get to the parade, letting them know you can expect to see blackface today. I want you to be prepared for this. And of course, Carlos is doing the Carlos. I don't want to see no blackface. I don't want to see that. He's really kind of upset about it at the moment. Let me say that. He's kind of upset about it. And so she just really took the time to like break it down, explain that it is tradition, and just threw out different ways for them to kind of look at what they're going to actually see and witness at the parade. Ooh, not my earring falling. No. Let's see here. So we got Carlos. Uh I just took a picture of his face, how he was looking over there when she was explaining everything. So he goes off into, this is where he was really like going off about it. He was in the kitchen, him and Tamar. She was like, "Are you really that upset about blackface?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, I don't want to see that shit." And she was like, "But it's tradition." um Again, Professor's still trying to figure out what Saucy got going on. This is what he got going on. This right here on the screen is what he got going on. My boy is hungover. He ain't got time for it. Like, it's the weekend. He ain't got time. At this point, Claudia is annoyed, irritated, and kind of pissed. She's like, he's just gonna coast and just hang out, like, and we're here actually taking this serious, putting in the effort, doing the assignments, doing the work, and he's here gonna get the same check as us probably, and he's out here having fun, and we're over here stressing. Like, that's not fair. Make it make sense. Anywho, it's the parade. They're at the parade. Everybody is having a good time. They're engaging. They're taking pictures and stuff like that. So we do have the Zulu portion of the parade. They come by, and this is where Carlos is a little uncomfortable. You could tell, from his body language. And Nick is so petty. He's like, "Let's see if you can tell who's white or not." And Nick is so petty. He's like, "Let's see if you can tell who's white or not." So they're coming by, the people are coming by as they're walking by. Carlos does stop and talk to somebody. He get their perspective and everything. I'm assuming they have a longer conversation than what we were shown on the screen. Um, but after he spoke with a few, I'm gonna assume maybe a few locals that were actively in blackface, he spoke, the professor comes over and asks him how did he feel about it. And he was like, it's cool, it's great, I understand it now. Although he does say in his confessional, um, I'm still not with it. I still don't agree with it, but he does understand it. He's like, I get it. I get it. And really that's all the whole thing. That's all it was about. You can have your opinions and your thoughts, but at least just open your mind to understand why some things are the way they are, or why things are happening the way they are. Like, you may not agree with it or support it, but at least just be able to understand what somebody else is doing. And in you understanding what somebody else is doing, it may change how you currently see and view those things. So I'm really happy that he actually got to experience it, got to actually see it in person, up close and personal. He got to talk to the people and hear their stories. And it actually, he understands the tradition of blackface. He still is not with white people doing blackface. Let me make that clear. And with that, I'm still right there with him. I'm right there. I'm just not with the I'm not with the blackface. The white people doing blackface. Sorry. Not sorry. I'm just not. I said it on previous videos. I'll say it again in case, you hadn't seen the previous videos or my thoughts on it. I just feel like there's many more ways that you can show your support. Just being there, lending your time, your activism, all of those ways, just showing up is your support. Um, Maybe a mask, a black mask, but not actual black face with the whole paint and all of that. And I understand the professor was saying that in Zulu, when it was created, the masks were expensive, so they had no choice but to do the black face with the paint. But times have changed. It was a little different. I'm sure everybody that at this point that are participating has enough money to buy an actual mask. And I think that we can honor the tradition, honor what it was and what they did. And what they did in those times, but I think we can do away with the white people doing blackface, especially now. Like, in this climate, nah. Um, I'm sorry. I don't care how you dressed it up. It's just not something I want to see. Anywho, off of my soapbox, that has been my TED Talk. So, I don't know if this is like the next day, later on in this day, but they did sign up for different activities. So far, we've only seen one cheer practice that Sauccy has gone to. So now we see Claudia and China. They are going to go to track practice. Excuse me. They're at track practice, and I mean, not really much to tell there because Claudia ran track back in her day. China has taken up running with her spiritual journey. So, I mean, this was kind of like only befitting that they did this. They got their butts kicked. The track coach did work them, but, not a whole bunch to really talk about at that point. So I guess with me just saying, I don't know if it's the same day. It was the same day. So after they left the parade, because those parades do be early in the morning. After they left the parade, China and Claudia go to track practice, Nick comes back in the house, or at least maybe this is how they chop it up. I don't know. I'm too much trying to produce and figure out editing and recap the show. What we saw next on the screen was Nick goes in the room and he throws this book at Saucey and is like, "You need to get up. You need to do your work. Like, come on, you made this deal with Carlos. Like, come on, what are you doing? You got to do better." And what I do love about Nick is that Nick holds them accountable. Like, he's really practicing his coaching and how you can see now how he plans to stay on his students when it comes to their academics and stuff, because he be on Saucy. Like, he be on Saucy. So of course he in there, he's defensive, but he like, I'm gonna do this homework and I'm graduating. When I do, I'm gonna tell all y'all to kiss my ass. I'm walk across he said I'm walk across the stage in a thong so y'all can kiss my ass. But that talk doesn't work, because later on everybody is doing their homework and here comes Saucy. I got somewhere to be. Why are you here? Why are you here? You're not doing any work. You haven't gone to two of the classes at all. And you go out every single night. I don't get it. Like, why are you here? Like, ugh, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but he back on this knocking on people door shit when he come in. I think it said it was still about 5 o'clock in the morning again when he came in, and you back knocking on doors. We just did this last episode, and now you back knocking on doors. Nick's like, you just getting in again. But at this point, Claudia is pissed because Nick and Saucy end up getting into it because Nick is really over it. He's like, get out of my room. Like, I really ain't trying to be bothered. And so Claudia comes in there and is like, y'all need to shut the hell up, because she's just over it. Like, she is over it. Like, I have to get up. You could tell she was in some good sleep. Look at that hair. The girl was in some good sleep, and she just do not appreciate being woken up. Like, Nick's like, get the fuck out of my room. It's only for the next morning, everybody's up getting ready for class, and your big ass laid across the couch because you ain't even make it to your bed. Again, what are we doing here? Why is he here? Why? I don't get it. So it's time to, present their finals or midterms for their projects. They go to the African Studies class. They all present their projects. They all actually do really good. But of course, Carlos does, an excellent job because he came full circle. He was the one who had the most visceral reaction to the whole blackface. And then he went to the parade. He got to see it for himself, and he was able to change his perspective or his stance a little bit on it. Now this is where I was a little confused, because when Nick goes up to do his PowerPoint, he doesn't have it. He has the pictures, but he doesn't have PowerPoint. He says he didn't know how to do it. But you had 5 other people in the house that were doing projects. Like, you couldn't take 2 seconds to go be like, hey, can you help me with this? Because I don't understand. Or is your pride and your ego that big that you was too ashamed to tell somebody you didn't know how to do a PowerPoint presentation? Like, I don't understand that one. And at the same time, if you could see, he over here sleep. So you couldn't have tried too hard with this. Like, I don't know. So it's the next class. It's the philosophy class, and they are doing their debate. The boys make their point, and then when it's time for the girls, they are being a little disruptive. Okay, let me not no, let me not front. Carlos is being disruptive as usual, and at some, they're going ended up they're bantering back and forth because they're over talking the women. The women are like, "We let you guys have your moment. Let us have our moment." It's kind of it's not time to argue back and forth right now. And It got heated. It went left. It went left to the point that Claudia had to kind of chin check them a little bit. She was like, speaking of happiness, like, these guys self-medicate every single day and they're still not happy. And now they're like, oh, I didn't know this was gonna get so personal. Well, shut the fuck up and let me talk, and I wouldn't have to get so personal to get your attention for you to shut the hell up. Like, I'm trying to do my part. We Needless to say, it gets very heated in the classroom. So outside of the classroom, now Nick is personally offended because she called him out and this is what you're trying to make me look like and blah blah blah. And so in the interim, he calls Claudia a colorist. And it's like, wow. Wow. I have been going up for you this entire season, Nick. Like, right, wrong, and different. Well, you really hadn't done anything wrong this season until now. But yeah, like low freaking blow, dude. Like, really low blow. Claudia Tamar tells them, like, y'all made her cry with that. And Nick is all rowdy, like, I don't give a fuck, blah, 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 blah. But Carlos, he does make it a point to grab Claudia's hand, let her know, he didn't say it. I ain't call you a colorist, But she's like, I don't want to fight with you guys. Like, I don't want to fight with y'all. Like, she waves her white flag really easy because it's just not worth it, or whatever. So I guess maybe one of the producers or something, they take Claudia off, by herself, and everyone else goes to lunch. And this is where Sauccy comes. He comes to school. So they're in there and they're eating, and so Carlos kicks off this meeting about respecting people's time. He's making it very general, but a hit dog a holler. You know what I'm saying? And so he's like, he says something about knocking on doors or something, and Saucy is like, who did that? And Angela's like, you knocked on my door. Like, if I'm asleep, don't come knocking on my door. And this man goes, it took you till today to do that? Like, what he say? Everybody been getting woke up since we've been here. It doesn't matter when I decide to address it. When I address it, respect it. Point blank. Period. End of discussion. Don't wake me up. I don't say anything to you about you going out and what you do. Don't come wake me up when I have to get up in the morning. Anybody that know me, anybody in my family, anybody that's lived with me, spent the night in my house, they know. Do not come and wake me up. Because my first response is typically, are you about to die? Is the house on fire? Is there an intruder in here? Then why are you in my room? Text me, and when I roll over, I will see it and I'll respond, or you can talk about it in the morning. But do not wake me up out of my sleep. And furthermore, when I wake up out of my sleep, don't talk to me. I need 10, 15 minutes when I wake up before you talk to me. And I need 30 minutes when I get home from work before you talk to me. And I need 10 to 15 minutes when I get to work before they start talking to me. Like, I got the folks in my life program because they know I'm crazy. I am mean when I first wake up. So I'm right there with China. Anywho, their argument goes left or whatever. It starts to go left. Carlos is able to simmer everything down and get everybody back together on one accord. And Saucy and Angela, they do hug it out. They didn't want to argue. you could tell they didn't want to argue, but Sauccy he's always very, very defensive. And I can understand too from his point of view is because you are kind of the problem child that don't want to admit you're the problem child. And so it's like everybody is always coming down on you or coming at you or saying something to you. But stop doing things and people will stop saying things to you. It's simple. Anywho, next day it is time for their presentation. They are all, dressed up, headed for their presentation. Tamar did have a previous engagement that she was booked for, so she unfortunately will not be at the presentation for the bill. They don't present the bill. We just get them going into the classroom and meeting the congressman, repeating the congressman via Skype television thing or whatever, and the episode goes off. Like I said, it wasn't a whole bunch this episode, but I am glad that Claudia finally went in there and said something to Sauccy about him knocking on their doors and making a bunch of noise. I'm glad they were able to have that meeting and come to Jesus and still reel it back in. I'm here for the conflict, but I need resolution with my conflict. Just a little too old. We can't be, watch what we put out in the world. But let's see. Overall, I mean, it was cool. Nick went. I feel like he went too low with the whole colorist thing, but I didn't mention it when they got on the bus to go to class the next day to present their projects. Nick did apologize to Claudia for calling her a colorist. He made it very clear that he did not believe that she is a colorist. He just said it to hurt her because his feelings were hurt. She did apologize to him in the interim, so all is well in that. Again, I do not mind conflict. Just give me a little resolution with it and I'm good. So yeah, that is this episode. This is my recap of episode 5 of College Hills season 3. Again, y'all, I am so freaking tired. Like, if y'all only knew, I went to work at 8 o'clock this morning, got off, took my hair down, washed my hair, dyed my hair, went and got my hair braided, came home, took a shower, and now I am here recording this video. So yeah. I'm possibly gonna go ahead and try to get a record episode 6 and have that one up to y'all by Saturday at the latest. Hoping to have this video up. I don't even know what day it is. When I started recording, it was Thursday, so I'm assuming it's Friday. So yeah, this video will be out today, Friday, if you're watching this today on Friday. And I will have episode 6 recap out on Saturday. And I hopefully, if YouTube don't be playing with me, you know what I'm saying, trying to copyright your girl, my Drag Race All Stars season 9, episode 9 will be up tomorrow as well. So yeah, let's see how that goes. If you have not already subscribed to my channel or checked out any of my other College Hills Celebrity Edition season 3 recaps, make sure you go and do so. If you are a Drag Race fan, me and Malik are reviewing this current Drag Race season 9, and we will be reviewing Big Brother season 25. Those videos will be just a full week recap, 1 episode recap, because Big Brother do 3 episodes a week. Ain't nobody got time for that. So those will drop I think on Mondays on my channel. So if you are a Big Brother fan or a Drag Race fan, that is your judge, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button on your way out. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and the TikTok at _Shay Swirls TV. As always, I am your girl Shay. I enjoy putting these videos out. I enjoy doing these reviews. So if you have stuck around to this point, thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.